season here, so things are obviously starting to really heat up. So all of a sudden I saw behind me over here a tail in the neighbor's field go running through, just a deer. I couldn't tell what it was. Well, it was a buck chasing a doe, because pretty soon they popped out down here in my field on the other end from me, the other corner here. She came out, and then he came out behind her. He made a scrape right there at a branch. So he hung out over here for a while. I got to film him. I think this is the smaller. He looks like the smaller of the two bucks that we've been kind of had an eye on with the camera here. Because there's one that's pretty good size. But this is definitely, I think, the smaller of the two, because this one has kind of more of a closer together basket rack. And the other one's a little bit wider and pretty tall. But yeah, they're just over in the neighbor's brush now, messing around. He's chasing her around, so things are starting to heat up for sure. But whew, that was awesome to watch that, man. Just to have him come out in front of us and be running around like that. Been seeing some pretty good bucks here lately between here and the public land that we were hunting that we had gotten drawn for. Unfortunately, it ended yesterday. We never did get a shot at either of those two bucks we were after up there. I only got one more chance to go out there, and that was Thursday night. And they never made an appearance that night. The two times before that I had been out there, they were in that field at night, just too far away. But Thursday night they never showed up, so that was pretty much my last shot at it. Anyway, we're gonna sit tight and see if that other one might come rolling through here. Because that other big boy is the one that I really want. Whew, guys, what a crazy hunt it's been. The last few hunts out here have just been insane. I'm just swimming in bucks, but cannot seem to get an arrow thrown at one. But you would think the luck's gonna change at some point here, but I heard something behind me, so I turn around. There's a coyote coming through the woods at about 10 yards right there. And so I get stood up, grabbed my bow, and then he kind of veered away from me, but staying in the woods there. So I started kind of kissing at him and squeaking at him, trying to get him to come out in the field so I could get a shot, because I've got way too many of those things running around here. But he didn't. He just kind of stayed in the brush. Well, then he got up here at about 35 yards or so in front of me, and finally did pop out to the edge of the field, but it's behind like some tree branches I have in front of me. So then he just kind of slunks his way back into the woods there. And then all of a sudden something catches the corner of my eye, and I look over and there's a pretty decent buck bounding across the field that must have been down here on the tree line from me, and saw that coyote and spooked him. He took off across the field. So I'm just sitting here scratching my head thinking, what in the world am I gonna do to get one of these bucks in front of me? So I do a grunt and rattle sequence. And I'm sitting here, and about 10 minutes later, sure enough, I hear walking behind me, coming out of the woods behind me here on the neighbors. Definitely a deer. I can tell just distinctly that it's just walk, walk, walk. So I turn around, and the sun's up here to my southeast. And so it's casting the shadow through the woods, and I can see it's a deer coming. Like, I can see his body shape and everything, but it's still behind the trees, but I can see that shadow. So sure enough, all of a sudden it walks out, and it's one of the two decent bucks that we've been watching out here. Pretty sure it's actually the one that I saw the other day while I was sitting here. They came out chasing that doe through the field. So he comes by me at 20, but he comes off the neighbors onto me at 20. Problem is I have no shooting lane over here. It's just so many branches and stuff, and I just have no shot back there as of right now. But I was hoping he's gonna come in the corner here, but he didn't. He just stayed true going north and stayed in that tree line. So he kind of eventually popped out kind of where the coyote did, but never came to the actual edge of the field. He stayed back in the brush there. And he looked out in the field, obviously looking for the bucks he'd heard fighting or whatever, and then just continued on north up through the brush line there. But man, it's just been crazy. It's been a crazy few sits out here. Actually, crazy week and a half between here and that draw hunt that I had on public land that I was on last week. I was on two really good bucks up there, but again, just never able to get an arrow thrown at them. The closest I came is the smaller of the two bigger ones I was watching came within about 50 yards of me one night. But that bigger of the two, the closest I ever got to him was about maybe 85. something like that. But it's just been insane. I mean, there's just bugs all over me. So you'd think at some point the look's got to change, and there's going to be one in front of me. The last 2 weeks, I just have a pile of camera pictures, and obviously personal sightings out here hunting. They're just cruising through here like crazy, so it's really good. We're going to keep it up. Good morning. It's November the 9th. We're up here in the stand. It's about 54 degrees right now, so it's a little warmer than I had hoped. Last week was all pretty chilly, and then this week it definitely warmed back up, but hopefully it'll dip back down again by the weekend because rifle season starts on Saturday. Anyway, we're back up in the stand here. Had some pretty crazy hunts here lately. Been seeing bugs like crazy. So hopefully today is a day that one comes within shooting distance, shooting lane. Yesterday we had a good buck in shooting range, but never was in a lane. He just was behind a bunch of brush, so hopefully today we get one in range, in a lane, be able to fling an arrow and knock him down. So we're gonna see what happens.
Good.
He's hit, but man, I did not get a lot of penetration. He crashed right there. Hold on. What's going on with him? He just went down. He just went down. Did he get back up or is he down? He's down. I can see my lighted knock. He's down right there. He's down right there, baby. Just stay down. Stay down. There's my lighted knock. Stay down. Oh yeah, baby. Yes. I just put down my first bow buck on my own property. My first bow buck ever. I've passed on so many deer over the years. And finally I just thought I've got to take one just to get that monkey off my back. And they've been in and out here so much this week. I knew I had to get a shot at one at some point. And he came out north of me. He's been coming from the south. He's been coming from the south, and I had just literally 20 minutes ago thought, man, they always come from the south, and they stay in the brush line, and they go all the way north. I thought if he would just come from the north once, come right along the outer road of the field here, because that would give me time to get everything set, have him go behind the brush to get drawn and whatever else, or this little overhang right in front of me, go behind it, and that would let me get stood up and drawn, and then he'd be there for a 10-yard shot. I'm really disappointed in my arrow penetration, though. I am going to a heavier setup. I don't understand what in the world. Again, my arrow did not get in very far, so I was really concerned about it. But he was getting ready to walk through there, so I was trying to hurry with everything, get the camera on him. And so finally, you'll notice, I just swung the camera off of him because he's behind that trees and brush and stuff anyways. I just swung the camera off of him, swung it over to the next opening there, the big opening that he was going to walk into. And got my boat drawn back, and he was going to walk through it, so I was just like, burp, burp, and stopped him. And I just put on him and just smoked him. So he ran over. He was hurt bad because he ran over. It looked like a good shot, but again, my arrow, it didn't go in, but I don't even know, 10 inches or something, maybe at most. I was so disappointed by that because I'm thinking, oh no, did I only get one lung again? But he ran over to the fence line, which is only 25 yards over there. That goes over to the neighbors, and he just stood at the edge of he crashed through and stood at the edge of the fence line. And then he just busted out of there. I thought he was crashing right there because he's busting through a bunch of brush trying to figure out how to get out of there, and then he came running over here, and then he just spilled over again and just crashed on the ground, and then the lighted knock's just sticking straight up. It's just, he's in brush, I can't see the body, I just see the lighted knock sticking up, he's right there. He crashed right there. Oh, awesome. Oh, what a hunt. I knew if I just kept at it, I was gonna get him because they were just running through here like crazy. Several pretty good bucks. I still have a chance to get a decent one with my rifle on Saturday. It's the first ever buck I've taken with my bow. First one on my own property. It's just so awesome. Stay with us. We're gonna go get him here in a little bit. I'm gonna give him just a little bit. I haven't seen that lighted knock move at all. So he's down for the count, but I just don't want to take any chances that if he's not dead yet and he has any strength left in him to get up and run. I have a 10-acre property. I can't chase him off my property, or I'm gonna have to go try, obviously get permission, but then I'm gonna track forever onto somebody else's land and mess up all their area right before rifle season. So okay guys, so here's the deal. I just got down with my bow and everything. I can still see my lighted knock over there, so he's laying there. But I think what I'm going to do is just to give him a little bit more time. I'm pretty sure he's already expired, but you always just want to be careful with that. Obviously, small property, I don't want to run him off if he isn't. So I'm going to sneak out of here, sneak up to the house, get the truck, and Mama and Little Man, if they want to come, we'll come out here with the truck and get him because he's just 5 yards off the path right beside the food plot here. So I'll be able to just pull up right there and drag him out 5 yards, throw him in the truck. we'll get you back on here as soon as we are back and tracking him out of the woods or pulling him out of the woods. It's right there, okay. There's my arrow. And he's there. He's laying there. Yep, there he is, laying there. He's down. I got enough in there to get a double on. He's down for the count right there. Oh man. There he is. He's laying there. Well guys, it was an awesome morning. This is crazy, I can't believe it. We've been watching these deer on camera, trail camera, and then the last 3 sits out here I've been watching 2 bucks run around. This is the smaller of the 2. He's definitely not the biggest buck I've ever shot, but I am super happy with this deer because I've passed over the years on a lot of deer his size and then shot several pretty good big bucks with my bow, but just wasn't able to recover based on just bad shot placement or whatever. So this is the first deer I've ever harvested with my bow, first buck I've ever harvested with my bow. I've shot a lot of doe and harvested them, but first buck I've ever harvested with my bow. And so he's absolutely beautiful to me. He's also the very first deer I've taken with a bow on my own property that I own. And the very first deer I've taken with my new bear species bow. So he's pretty special to me because of all those reasons, and couldn't be happier with him. I don't care, he's probably a 100-inch deer, but I don't even care because it's all come together. I've worked my tail off out here with these food plots and stuff, just trying to make something happen. And it's only gonna get better from here. Obviously, future years, I'm gonna let guys of his size grow a little bit more so that we can kind of start to see a lot bigger, you know, deer running through here and stuff. But I couldn't pass on the opportunity this morning to be able to get the monkey off my back by taking this beautiful deer as my first ever bow buck. And like I say, first deer on my own property, first deer with my new bow. He's pretty awesome. It's also a week after my boy was born, so pretty awesome to get some pictures with him here in just a bit. So thank y'all for hanging out. We're gonna get him taken care of here.